to me, my opinion is how I feel is that George Floyd's life was more than Rodeo Drive,
more than looting.
Yeah. And those stores can get rebuilt again. And like I said, I'm like that's not me advocating for it.
Yeah.
Because I'm definitely against it. Like I said, it's taken away from what we're doing.
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts on that though?
On the looting and everything?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm against the looting also.
Yeah.
But I feel like over time, like people, like you feel me, people
we're fed up. Yes,
we fed up.
Yes,
we tired
we are
of this
fed
shit.
the fuck up.
Shit
Yes,
keep happening.
Yes,
and
it's like you poke the dragon so much. What do you expect?
Like Ice Cube said, like even with the N word, you know how he was like, he was like, it's a knife that keeps stabbing me and stabbing me, and then by that third, it's just like no more. You feel me? And then people just want break.
Yeah,
and then people start looting. But it's some people who out there just trying to make.
They just it is for sure. It is. It's some people who are out there just like you said to make a come up to get some free shoes.
Yeah.
And there's some other people who are out there just to tarnish what we're trying to do. But, you know, I read something. It was like white people get mad. What it was like white people get mad. No, it said the way white people are getting mad about how how things are getting destroyed and this and that.
Yeah.
It's like saying you get mad at some shaking up a can of soda and then you get mad when it explodes everywhere.
Exactly.
Because that's what they've been doing to us. So, I mean, like I said, I'm not for it, but I can see why it's happening.
Nah, for real.
Yeah, it's just it's wild out here. But I wanted to ask you though, how do you feel about Trump?
Oh yeah, nah. Oh no, nah. Nah, I knew. It's crazy because I already had my history about Trump when I was like 7. I knew about Trump. You feel me? Even when people was like, "Oh, I wonder what he gonna do," I heard black homies that was like, "Oh, he gonna like you feel me? He gonna get us out of." You feel me? I been knew about Trump when the Central Park 5. I think. Yeah. I knew about that. I know about what he did with that situation. I knew that he was kicking black people out of their houses. I knew all about Trump and just what he was about, you feel me, and his character. And this is no surprise to me, you feel me?
Do you feel like the world has gotten worse as far as racism since he's been in office?
I mean, he says make America great. America's never been great. It's never been great. It's always been an illusion, you feel me? The American dream has always been an illusion because it's not my American dream. It's a white person's American dream.
Because what do they say the American dream is?
To own property, to
white
picket fence, big house,
eat some cherry pie.
Exactly. Yeah. That's never been my American dream.
Yeah.
You feel me? And
what is yours?
I gave up on the American dream. I'm making my own dream. My dream is to own my dream is to own some houses for my siblings. You feel me?
Yeah.
You got to get in their mind and see how they think, because some people really do be devils, but sometimes it's smart devils. You feel me? You know how you could gain knowledge from like anybody. Yeah. You ever heard that term where you could receive knowledge from like anybody who's wicked, anybody from good? You could gain knowledge. You feel me? And I feel like it's not all they done a lot of bad, but I feel like I could get knowledge anywhere from anybody. You feel me?
Right.
Like you know how they say I'm not Christian, but you know how like sometimes Christians will say it can't be it can't be a God without the devil, right? Have you heard that term?
Yes.
Just like it's always good to, you feel me? Just to know.
There's always good to the bad.
Yeah.
I get you.
It's always
I
good.
feel you. All right, so we're gonna take a little break and we'll be right back.
All right. Black.
You niggas got money, so they fucking with just hell yeah, I still got it. Did it what I label, yeah, I run my life. Fat white man wanna cut on my check. Dad with the knife, put the gun to his neck. Man, I love my dad, always got my back. Growing up, he made sure they ain't take my black. Never take my black, never take my black, never take my black, and never take my I got soul. I run LA by the way. I cut the flat top, now I'm back on the wave. All you niggas sus, wise words from Monty. Nigga, try me.
All right, what's going on, you guys? We are back from a little break.
Yo.
That one was dope. I really like that one.
Thank you.
Tell us about that. That was called Drunk Off Water.
Oh yeah, Drunk Off Water. Yeah.
I really like that one.
Oh, that song, yeah. That song came out in I think 2017, 2018.
Still a banger.
Still a banger. I had to make a remake because Issa Rae was messing with it heavy.
Oh.
I wrote that song. It was stressful times when I wrote that song, but I just wanted. My mom would always tell me, "You always got too much cussing in your stuff." You feel me? You feel me? So I had to come and make something
for moms.
I had to make something for moms, partially because I do still got cussing in it. I just wanted to, and I got 9 siblings, so you feel me? I don't want them drinking.
Dang, got 9 siblings.
You feel me? Even though I love champagne, you feel me? I love champagne and Don Julio. I don't want them trying to like drink and everything.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, for you.
So I made this song called "Drunk Off Water" for them. And just
that's what's up. That's dope. That's cute. I like that.
Yeah.
You got 9 siblings?
I got 9 siblings. I'm the oldest brother.
I ain't got none.
You ain't got none? Lucky.
Nah, it's all right.
It's all right being. Oh yeah, nah.
It's
so you
okay.
Got, yeah.
It has its ups, but it definitely got its downs.
Yeah.
All right. Let's jump back into it. So during our break, we was talking a little bit. And you said I asked you a good question, and I asked him, everybody. I said, do you believe that black people can be racist? And what is your response to that?
My response to black people being racist, I was gonna say I feel like we can't be racist. You feel me? I just know, like we don't have a history of being racist. White people have a racist, like a history of being racist to us. Just like we don't have a history of killing white people. White people have a history of killing everybody.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And I'm not saying I hate white people, because it's also just like it's some bad black people and there's some good black people. It's some bad white people, some real wicked white people, and there's some good fucking white people. You feel me? That mean good. You feel me? And that have the things and that speak up on black issues. When I say wicked white people, I'm talking to the ones who don't speak up on black issues, the ones who say racist things, and who just support their white privilege and just will forget about everybody and just be selfish. And you might as well join them if you're gonna be like that.
Right. And I think a lot of people, especially within the white community, that they think that because we've been vocalizing Black Lives Matters, and of course we are going to do that, but I think that they feel because we're saying that.
Oh, that's another thing. My bad.
No, go ahead.
I be feeling like I support Black Lives Matter a whole bunch, but I be wanting to step out more than just when people die. You know how like the Black Panthers, when they was the Black Panthers, they had after school programs for the kids, was feeding the people, was doing all this stuff, and they was learning their laws and teaching the babies and teaching the people in the community. You feel me? If you're gonna be all in, be all the way in.
We as black people need to be going as hard as we are right now.
Exactly.
Period. We need to be going this hard. Period. Not when somebody has been killed by the police. We need to be going this hard. Period.
And I support Black Lives Matter. I just wish they would do. I wish they would do more, because you could always do more. Yeah,
I feel.
And I'm maybe I don't know the politics. I don't know enough to know, but I'm just going off of what I see.
Like I said, I get what you mean. Like I said, we should be doing this not just now because George Floyd has been killed, but we need to be doing this. Period.
Exactly.
Fighting for our rights. Fighting for us.
Exactly.
And I feel like a lot of the times people, because we are yelling BLM, Black Lives Matter, and we post Black Lives Matter, this and that. A lot of people believe that because we're saying that, we think white lives don't matter or we hate white people.
Oh, no,
and I've come across people who that I know that who have thought that. And I'm like, that's not at all what we're saying.
Yeah, nah. I got white homeboys.
Yeah, and I got a couple white friends, but it kind of pisses me off when I hear people like who think that because we feel this way, we don't like white people. That not in any kind of way is that true.
Yeah.
And because we're saying Black Lives Matter, not in any way are we saying your life doesn't matter.
Exactly.
We're saying ours do, because for some reason it seems like ours don't. Yeah. It seems like ours is the one that is just being taken left and right for nonsense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't think black people can be racist either, but
yeah. I say it's not. I just feel like that's not our. Like, I don't know. I've never experienced anybody that was black that was racist. I just feel like we're one of the most compassionate people.
After all we went through,
and we misunderstood.
Like that,
exactly.
Yeah.
We don't. I feel like white people, they fear, like if we get into power, we'll do the same thing that they did to us.
Yeah.
I mean, they fear that we'll do the same thing that they did to us, which is enslave them, and that's not even the case. Because we're compassionate people.
I saw this thing I posted. It was like, y'all lucky black people just want justice and not revenge. Because imagine if we did want revenge,
Exactly.
Like I said, though, after everything that we've gone through, our not necessarily us, but our ancestors. Yeah, we still like.
He's not tripping.
Yeah, we just don't want to be killed by the police. I don't want
to be killed. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't. That's all we don't. That's it.
Yeah.
And I don't understand what is so hard about understanding that. But
yeah.
All right, whatever. I do want to ask though, how do you feel about voting?
You know what's crazy? At first I was against voting. I felt like voting didn't have any effects. I felt like me voting for the Democratic Party or the Republican Party was doing nothing at all.
Mm-hmm.
That's what was always my thoughts, even when I was a kid. I felt like, at first I felt like we going to lose anyway, so no matter who we vote for. Ever since George Bush and what he did to those people in Katrina, I always felt like voting had no meaning. But it's crazy because look at the America we living in. Like, women didn't even have it was the time where women couldn't even vote. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy because it like all this stuff is coming from all the stuff that's going on is coming from these racist white men. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
It was times where it was racist white men back in the day that was keeping black people from voting and
Mm-hmm.
even white women from voting. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like bad, but now it's crazy because I'm showing you the whole history of it. But now I feel like voting is important.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like voting gets stuff done. It's crazy because I really want to talk about this issue, but I'm lost for words right now because I remember I literally saw Snoop say something about voting because I guess he just, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
he literally just said he was about to vote this year.
Yes, yeah. For the first time.
For the first time. I'm all for voting, though. I'm all for voting.
Mm-hmm. What about, so you, like you said, you grew up in Watts. What about that community? Do you feel like I feel like a lot of times in our black community, especially within the lower income areas, voting is not a thought on their mind. You know what I mean? And I get it because you have other issues. Like I said, especially within the lower income area, I feel like people don't think about it and they don't realize how important it is. You know what I mean? So what do you feel about like how people, like I said, within areas like Watts or like, you know, Compton or anything like that? How do you feel like they should take on with voting? Like, how do you?
I think somebody, because some of these people in my community, I feel like they don't vote because they're ill-informed.
Yes.
You feel me?
Yes.
Most, like when you ill-informed and you just see a whole bunch of negative stuff happening and nothing happening,
they don't know.
You either don't know or you're not gonna vote because you don't want to support anybody. Like even with Hillary Clinton, I heard when people voted for that, like I'd be so mad because I was a kid at the time, but when she passed that 3 strikes law, that came from racist white people voting to put the 3 strikes law into action. You feel me? That was a whole law. People voted on that.
Yeah,
and wanted them to win. You feel me?
And we, like you said, we don't know because I feel like a lot of
people ill-informed.
A lot of black people when Trump was running, they didn't want him to win.
Exactly.
But they didn't want Trump to win, but they didn't think about what was Hillary doing. You know?
Exactly.
And I think a lot of people within our black communities, they just don't know. And I feel we automatically think we have to be Democrat because we're born
Democrat
black,
ain't good either.
and they are not.
No,
They're just as bad. Like they're not any better.
Exactly. One was shit in your face, and one was shit behind.
And yeah, and that's what I was going to ask you.
Do you think? Telling about Democrats. And
do you feel like because I remember Chance the Rapper had made a comment that not all black people have to be Democrats, and I agree. And I feel like people jumped on him about that, and you don't. And so, what do you think about that?
I mean, I feel like not all black people have to be Democrats. I'm a Democrat though, but I'm about to start voting this year, so
yeah. I'm definitely not a Republican. I'm not saying I'm a Republican no way at all.
I'm definitely not a Republican though, but I know that it's pros and cons to each one.
Exactly.
And Republican, it just, you feel me? I just want. They say pick your poison. I wouldn't pick Republican as my poison.
And I
will pick Democrat.
Right. I will say Republican. They do have their positives and advantages, but like you said, pick your poison.
Exactly.
If I got to pick one of them, I don't think it's gonna be Republican either.
Yeah.
So, how do you feel about us defunding the police?
Defunding.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you scared me. I was defending the police.
No, not defending. I'm sorry, defunding.
Defunding
the police.
Oh yeah, I'm all for it, defunding the police. I feel like they need to take some of that money that they giving or attempting to give the police